These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup.
And though they have a very powerful pushing bot lane, they need these dragons stacking up for Kroko on the Shyvana.
True,
They'll be able to get this one as well.
Yeah, that Shyvana has a passive. That's a thing.
A little extra, you know, a little extra. But really waiting for that level 6. But yeah, it's going to be curious. There's also the question of grubs coming up. We've already gotten...
Ooh, good satchel.
Really good satchel. Now, Kyle might just have to give his life here. You cannot have this 2v2 go down like this. You already said how lethal Gala can be on the Ziggs. They're looking for first, and that's first blood for LNG. It seems the Legends have fallen prey to the Chillin'.
That is, that's a problem. The Panda has been feasted upon by the mythical beasts as the Chillin' gets themselves the first blood. Gala, first blood on the Ziggs, so powerful on this pick. Talking about, you know, is way one of the better. Lilia's Gala is absolutely one of the best Ziggs, maybe even the best Ziggs in the LPL right now. So giving him first blood, not very good at all. And suddenly, you have a winning lane where the Ziggs can hit that turret. 3 grubs given over as well. You're going to imagine now that Gala is going to get a lot of gold from plates because he's going to be able to hit that turret. He can teleport back in. For his flash, but he gets himself a kill. Arrow pulled out by Hope.
They want to try to get this dragon. Oh, no, they want the fights here. Kroko try to get his raid bar up there. They already take way down. There is no jungler available, and Kroko, he's looking to secure a second dragon, stacking up some of that armor and magic resist.
Yeah, Kroko gets himself some big value there. Gets himself kill participation, gets himself that dragon. And
you're going to have grub again. Better get the doors shut, the windows locked, everything good to go, because it doesn't seem like anyone's Legend, if they are behind, are going to have much success. They need to have some sort of lead so they can be the ones in the driving position.
850 gold off of that satchel for Gala. That's so much. All the gold going over to this Gala Ziggs.
We have seen pretty much both teams choosing a side of neutral objectives and saying, we want all of that. Uh-oh. That's
so
not great.
mean.
Yeah, that's very rude. It is all the dragons so far by anyone's Legend, but all the topside objectives by LNG. They'll be able to get a lot of the standing gold or use this Rift Herald as a distraction if they want to.
They're very good at reading the map and making decisive plays, and they're making a play here. Not going to be that much value, though.
Will be the Dragon's Descent popped. Need to try to get as much push with that as possible. Speaking of push, Rift Herald takes that standing gold for LNG. Will be responded to on the top side, but another charge going to come through, and that's a Ziggs, baby. You're just waiting for that satchel charge, and that's a huge tier 2 to LNG. Take full advantage of the map play, and this has been the biggest difference, I feel like, by anyone's Legend, is their decision-making used to be pretty clear, and now it's become a bit foggy. And Ala, he's turning a little foggy. Scout trying to get away here, going back to his twin soul, at least, and another turret goes to Gala.
If there is one way to describe LNG, they are the best team at taking towers in the entirety of the LPL. They now take those towers, go back towards the dragon. They haven't spent their gold, but they might not need to.
He's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to pop the Lilting Lullaby. Here comes the combo there, straight onto Kroko. Ala has come in. He's by himself. Now Kyle coming over to the side. Now Kyle by himself. Culling going through. They've got the damage there from Shanks. Shanks dashing forward. Scout getting low, but the all-out comes through over onto him. Now Scout trying to find the play. Almost dies himself. Zika dash into safety, but it's not going to be safe for long. Ala was looking for the counter-strike. Hope coming on the side. Now Kyle sacrifices his life, and Gala comes up with the kill. And Gala has been the main name we've said time and time again in this game 1.
The items at this point to be completely broken in these fights. Dragon started up again.
Yeah.
Picture, but LNG get themselves still a decent fight. They've spent all their gold now, and it's going to get worse from here.
All right, Kroko showing off some strength against Scout up there. But again, then you see how much damage that does. You see what happens if you don't have a massive lead as Kroko on the Shyvana.
But yeah, they're not a perfect team within the LPL. In fact, that's going to be ult from Kroko. I really want to just start putting some damage down.
I mean, you can. You're a big old dragon. Why not? You're just walking under turret. Gala is down. That was a shutdown, and Kroko showing the strength of the dragon's roar. It's looking really good, but Kroko needs to have a good moment. There's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. There's the combo, and Dragon's eating good tonight. Kroko with another one.
Yeah, someone's not playing against the Shyvana that much.
Keep the rage up here. Kroko can keep his form and use these E's to do massive damage. It's going to be the Baron at 2150, and it goes the way of anyone's Legend. Here comes the combo. The Dragon's form is going to drop here. You still have a lot of fighting strength. All out comes out from Zika, separating the fight a little bit. LNG, they're trying to pick off the remaining members. Now, this is Ala's time to shine. Flashes for the counter-strike into AL. They have just unlocked their legendary status. Here comes Scout trying to get the outplay, but he's all by himself again now. now Hung. He's going to have to flash out the other side. Gala, he might be the man of the hour. He's going to lock down Hope, but the lollipop not going to connect. AL come out fighting. Zika, he TP'd behind, but he's by himself. And he's just going to be picked out. He is a Cassante, but there is not enough time in the world. And Ala picks up another one. 4,000 damage done. And now the dragon is spawning in about 45 seconds.
Baron, there's no Ziggs there as well, so you're more than happy to take this fight.
It's just so cool to see Anyone's Legend playing around these carries, right? Like, they drafted the Ashe to really set up.
LNG, we were saying, hey, they've just beaten all of these top teams. They're 6-1. Is this another fight in the mid lane? It's another fight from Croco.
Croco's ramping up. That flame breath could be doing a lot. Look, he doesn't even have to hit you with it. It just has to hit around you. Cullen going over on the Hung, but Kyle is down now. Croco's still trying to make his way out. Hung is not going to go down. Wei showing the difference here. He's going to get the flash out of him. Oh! He doesn't actually get the damage proc there in the end, and Croco will make it away. Wei tries to get the sneaky play there. The whole time, All has been pushing to the side lane with the Baron buff. And I think it's also, oh, okay, well, we don't even get time. Enchanted Crusader locks down Scout. He gets picked, and it's actually a big amount of gold going to Croco in the end. I think 500 there. As now they're actually collapsing. Where have we seen this before? Nymera. It's going to hit onto him. We've seen this time and time again, and this is how LNG loses games. We have Crypt Bloom, third item completed for Croco. He's also going to hit level 16.
Blown out. The early game's been blown out before they can do anything. Croco, huge game from him. 3 items on the Shyvana, which is matching the solo lanes because the amount of gold that he's had and Zunk on whoever they hit is winning this game for AL. LNG, I think they still can win their big combos and their grouped up fights, but AL, they're just not giving to them.
I think Hope having a very big leadership role in how AL are able to start these fights, Kyle as well, but Shanks and Croco, Ala, they're the carries, they're the ones you have to watch out for. Ala's been doing so much work in the side lane too, to keep an eye on that one. But for LNG, their big saving grace are the wombos, the combos, and the dance they can get here. They got to dance harder though.
I can see just there that yeah, you can just use the Shyvana ult just for poke, and that's completely fine, and then you find yourself a couple of jungle camps, and you can start charging up your passive again. So you want it to, once you run out of your last shots, you then go and look for us very, very well. But they don't want to take just a straight 5v5. If they don't manage to catch Gala, and Gala manages to fire a combo back at them, yes, the Shyvana, Jax, they do damage, and doing it again, because they have the extra dragons, has the extra resist as well, which makes it a little easier to tank. Has that Dragon's Descent, we might get ourselves a full team fight for the first time.
Kyle can't be the one getting chunked early. There, Baron gone down. This is another one for Anyone's Legend. Ala tries to go over to Gala. Big flash, though. Look at it on the other side, though. Wei was looking for a lilting lullaby in the pit, though. Croco's going down. 600 smackaroos go over. Now we're getting Trey's back. Anyone's Legend repositioning onto the left side of the fight. Kyle still full health. He can go forward. We're about to get the TP back in by Shanks. They want to keep the fight going. They want to keep the fight here with LNG. Here comes Scout, though. Zika is fighting the pickup. Ala almost gets him, too. Scout has come in. The saving hero for LNG as Kyle, he's still there. Ala, he can't get the combo with the counter-strike and Scout, he's there. He's getting the damage down. He can't do it though. Ala, the counter-strike comes back up and Scout is left wanting. Ala comes out with a 6,000 hammer down.
Anyone's Legend get the Baron and they get the fight. LNG, they double down on their losses as they try to claim some of those Baron buffs back, trying to make sure that AL can't use them. And they just double down right now. So what you're doing with the Shyvana build is getting as many % damage increases from your kit as possible. You get 25% when Shogun's fully stacked. You get 6%.
Oh, they want him.
He's going to take damage now.
They actually take a Fate Sealed in. They're going to get the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Croco is still alive, still kicking. Zika going to take him out again. He's the Dragon Slayer of LNG, and he might be cosplaying here. There's the depth charge going to Hope. They get the lockdown. This is what LNG want. They're in the choke point, though. You got to be careful. Zika going deep. Ala is still there in the fight, but Scout has come back for revenge. Ala all by himself. Shanks trying to fight their way out the solo lanes of Anyone's Legend in a 2v5. Can they survive? Ala, he's by himself, left out to dry. He's going to burn the flash, and he is going down.
So ends the Baron push of Anyone's Legend. LNG find the pick onto Croco. It's amusing about how much damage Croco can do with all these % increases.
The part is you can see how much fighting strength the individual pieces for Anyone's Legend have. But we can't even talk about that much more because there's another denial happening. LNG have gotten 3 Cloud Dragons for themselves. Use some of this vision to maybe catch somebody out if they can take them down. Baron going to be started by LNG, though they want to force the hand.
to. Kyle has flash, is not on vision right now. Can he get the flank, which ends the game?
Krako has so much poke damage here. Here comes Kyle. Big 5-man Magnet Storm there, but they're going to get all the damage into Zika here. You got to be careful as LNG are repositioning. They're splitting the fight, and they're playing to their strengths as they take down AL. They lose Kyle, at least on anyone's Legend side, so they don't have a big front line anymore.
And AL, they forget what the comp wants to do. They see the 5-man engage angle, but it doesn't work. LNG goes straight back towards the Baron.
Hung wants it. Krako doesn't have his form anymore, and Scout has come to town. Krako trying to get away. Way go with gold, and look at Hope. He's stepping up to the plate here. Ala, he's gone a little deep. Zika has found Hope, but is it going to be enough? The slowdown is getting him out of there. Gala, a little bit indecisive. He wants to try to follow up. Zika will make it out of there. God, that fight was so back and forth, and I love this game won by AL and LNG. Don't work.
Just
Do it again.
Go back towards that Baron. Krako is ulted onto the Baron.
And try to get as much damage. Oh my God, Scout, he's in there by himself in there like swimwear. LNG are turning back around, and the other two members of AL. Scout is out of there. Another Baron goes the way of anyone's Legend. They just have to get these buffs out of there, and they do.
This time they do manage to get more of those Baron buffs out.
We have almost full item spikes for every AL. Are just forcing it straight up the gut here. They just want to go straight for the Nexus here, it seems, as they still have the Baron buff coming up for them, but they will just push into the end hip and back away.
A little bit. Gets himself the grubs, I think, or the scuttle crab. So he gets the scuttle crab. That's kind of important. Now, can he survive the rest of the fight? LNG,
they
not
don't
full
know.
HP. Dragon's going down. It's just going to get burned.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going at it. 20% more damage done by Krako in front of those dragons, and that will be a soul completed. Now imagine Krako with the Cloud Soul. Them out of this one, just trying to pull the temperament of LNG. They're going to TP on the back with Ala. LNG are the ones that just started up. Enchanted Crystal are going to hit the front line. Zika going to block a lot of that. Krako on the other side, massive damage on Gala. Look at Ala, he's on the big flank. He might be the death knell here. Kyle goes in, Gala's gone. AL, they're picking them apart one by one. The refight by LNG is looking good though. Scout's still alive. Hope has just been guarding out LNG the whole time, and the Dragon's roar can be heard from Krako as the Legends do become legendary. It's one body left, and that's right into the body bag for Scout as anyone's Legend have pulled it through.
Anyone's Legend, with lost streak, be damned. LNG, top of the table, does not matter to them. They pull out the Shyvana, but honestly, this game is a bit of a Shyvana diff. Krako catches out Gala enough to put them into contention and put themselves into the game win.
It's been back-to-back 2-0 losses. It's been a tough schedule, but anyone's Legend, they're not ones to back down from a fight. And they will grab game one right out from underneath LNG.
LNG can put Daisy down. It can give a lot of issues to AL, who don't really want to be sit around trying to cut through that as well. Big carries. When you have stuff like the Sejuani Ivan, you really are playing for your teammates. You have to have this conversation back and forth between who can move and make sure that you are supporting them.
Shanks hovering on bot side while anyone's Legend take the dragon. The grubs are going to be started up by way on the other side with Scout leaning that direction as well. There's going to be a repath up towards top side by Krako. They might be able to get the tag end of this one at the back end, but it is already the push from Zika going to kind of equalize that one, if not the ultimate used.
So, let's have a think about where the first fights of the game are going to come into. We don't have level 6s from supports yet. Of course, when you have Solar Flare, things get very easy to force plays. That's one of the reasons why Leona is really good right now. Very tanky, but also just really good at forcing fights. And don't always have to die for it either. Someone like the Nautilus, if you throw the hook, well, whether it goes like stale in terms of when it goes stale, does it go like soft or like hard? Pretty sure that cakes, they go rock hard. So like that's the worst one for them. As Zucker, he might be more easy pickings in this top side. He has no flash this time.
Oh, he's going to use the equalizer on the wave, try to clear it down. It's not going to be fast enough, and he is just cooked under his own turret. Krako almost going down there, but that's first blood for anyone's Legend.
I don't think he's hit. Anyway, see if they can get towards that. They do have themselves powerful ultimates coming back off a cooldown, particularly that, of course, that equalizer. That's the one which was used a little earlier. Get the top lane push. Scout going to go into mid lane to see if they can achieve the same thing. Way just looking to maintain the lanes right now, but Krako and Kyle off vision.
There's the drifting. They got the quickness combo there and the grenades. Oh my God, Zika's just in a bounce house, and it's not for a birthday party. It's for his death.
Still don't think they want to take the 4v5.
Weiwei not going to have as much agency there. There's the blade caller, though. We said this matchup could get a little dicey for the Jhin. We see, though, in the other side, Grubs, 1 taken by anyone's legend, 4 still on the table and grabbed by Weiwei. AL not confident to step up in that regard. They will end up losing at least some might spawns over to LNG.
Yeah, they stopped the 6 Grubs going over. It's still pretty powerful. Jump in mid lane, forcing the ults out, and that's going to be the end of that. So Shanks showcase that they can do that in this game. Dragon being started by AL. Not sure there's going to be a huge contest from LNG. Gala's not in position just yet.
Already further down than half health here. It might be a spite fight, though. Croco not willing to go capitalize on this one. Is going to be pushed out at the end, and now Croco is getting locked down, too. They actually had to fight on the other side, though. Scout in some trouble, as now he jumps away. Shakes is going out with his own flash, but now he might be going out in his own body bag, too. Zika helps get it, but it's going to be Gala that secures the kills at LNG. They're streaming forward. They've already gotten 2 kills for Gala, but he's not back in this fight just yet. Ala by himself now over here on the other side of the fight, trying to get a pull down onto Hung. He's going to try to get his Q3 knockback. He's in trouble now. Curtain call going to be opened up, but is it going to be in time? Ala able to dash away. The equalizer going to be used in the end by Zika.
I thought that I'll have used his W just before that, and the Daisy had cancelled. It might have just been the footwork dash that was cancelled, so they don't really have the positioning right now. LNG would rather elect to push out some of the lanes, which is exactly what they're going to go towards. AL will now have themselves a chance to throw that Herald down in one of these lanes, but LNG gets some control over those over top and bot, which was a big thing which they didn't have in that last game. Open up this side lane himself. Shanks is going to trade for some pressure on that tower on the other side of the map, and mid lane is getting a lot of gold.
Just where you want it, into the Tristana of this composition. Be pretty stable as we move forward to LNG's siege on mid lane, looking for an outer tower here. Maybe a bit of a response coming in as Kyle is in trouble. Does have the dash out, but he's burning, and there you go. Tick, tick, boom. Hung comes up with the kill. Curtain call. That's not going to be nearly enough to pick up anything there, as a turret does go down for anyone's legend on top side. Croco actually force Scout away there, though. Shank's going to heal up a bit. They go for the engage. Hung going to burn his flash, at least to get out of that one. Re-engage with the Solar Flare. Going to go a bit wide there, though. Turret is being taken to the side. They're going to get the TP coming in from Zika. Dragon is the focus for anyone's legend. This would be Soul Point and Infernal Soul. Gala, he's going to burn that Feather Storm. Going to try to get the big Blade Caller, too. They're blocking them out, but the Equalizer, they are getting blocked out themselves now. The Dragon goes to none other than Gala. Here comes the Fade Seal from Shakes. He's the damage, but he's gone. And now LNG, they need to pick up the scraps, but look at Hope. He's popping off now, too, and 2 kills have gone the way of Ala as well. Hope still full health. Hope with the dancing grenade up there as well. Double kill goes to them. And AL out of nothing make miracles.
LNG get the Dragon, but they lose the fight. Gala's not going to get ulted. He's surely going down.
Oh, he's getting one back, though. That's huge, but 4th shot's the charm. And Hope, he has 3 kills now to match Gala.
Himself a lot of gold again. Once again, LNG, their team fights are looking really, really quite poor today. Lacking damage could be a big difference.
I mean, they are not ready for this. If they do lose Hung, that's a massive front line. The only real front line that LNG can handle with. The Dragon coming down from its perch. LNG already able to take the last Infernal Dragon, but AL, they are putting this one down. The TP going to come in. It's a little bit late. Hung trying to get over here for an engage. Weiwei is not going to be in the pit for the Dragon. Afterwards, though, Daisy is tanking up a storm, but about to go down as well. Hope going to burn some shots into it. There's the Glacial Prison used. Scout buffering it out beautifully now. Re-engage, though, looking for a big Fate Seal, but is it going to be just the pick out? Re-engage with the great entrance. There's that Fate Seal, but it's not going to be enough. That's actually explosive charge there, rather. Gala doesn't end up getting the big Blade Caller.
Dying very, very easily. Now in picture, now the Baron started by anyone's legend. That could be also on the table.
They have those second item spikes themselves. Daisy coming back into the fold. It's a 6v5, but the Baron getting low. So who's going to go in for the smite? Is it going to be a 50-50? They go for the fight, though. Here comes Shanks. Glacial Prison goes a little bit wide. AL, they need to back out of this one. This is a front to back that they are losing.
As we said,
they get it, and that's 4,000 on the Baron. That is anyone's legend. Losing control, Croco. He needs to save them, but he's not even going to try. And LNG move in, clear out, and that's a Baron buff for all 5. That has lost some game 1s very horrifically. Think back to that LGD series. Now on the siege into the tier 2 in mid lane. Already going to claim that gold. They still have Baron buff for another 2 minutes. The side lane is starting to push a little bit there too. They already have Scout and bot lane. Looking like a full court press here, but Anyone's Legend, they want to collapse a little bit. This is a pretty good fight for Anyone's Legend. The curtain call is going to be doing a decent amount of spacing here. Zika gets sniped by Hope. And now they get engaged by Daisy there in the end, using that tool very well.
The last couple of fights, the value which Weiwei has brought has been absolutely absurd. The redemption very nearly saved Zucker. It did save Hung in that last Dragon fight, but it isn't quite enough there because Zucker was so out of position. Look, let's just not chance it. Let's go get some side lane gold, get themselves that extra gold onto Shanks, who's going to go towards this inner turret and take that one down.
A lot of standing gold given back over, and a chunk of the lead given back, a little bit at least. That Dragon being taken over there, going to be a nice time buy, at least for these marksmen to get even further ahead. And oh no. Kyle just trying to get away from Harm's breath, does take the explosive charge on the back end from Shanks, is holding it. He's staving off the entrance of AL. Kroko in the back of the pit. There's Devin Brennan, bigger chance to go for a 50-50. He's not going to get it. Gala denies him. Now he's just dead in the pit too. Scout jumping all over AL. Hope is just a poor little Jin in a Tristana's world now. Two Shanks going in by himself. It's a double kill over to Gala and LNG. The Chillin has awoken from its sleep, and they will not go quietly.
Cannot match their performance from game one. No Shyvana to save them this time as LNG march towards the base.
It's their home arena. It's them on the cusp of locking top two with the bye in their eyes. And they need this win over AL. And they'll bring us to match point. They'll bring us to an even scoreline in a best of three. LNG have a very stalwart composition, giving Gala and Scout the sticks here and having a ton of damage on their side in the setup through Weiwei.
If Weiwei gets himself into takeaway and he might be looking for a dive here, that can definitely help the early game.
Doesn't have Meganar, has a massive wave, does get the flash out. He just moves around LNG, and now they're going to try to re-dive here. The turret is going to be coming down on a Weiwei, but it's not going to be enough first blood to LNG. It's going to be all about the grubby tubbies.
That it is. I think when you've got the Gnar and the Rumble on the top side, it's a very flippy matchup. You want to kind of keep resources up there to try and nullify things. Weiwei has Smite, so it'll probably be Smite on one, Smite on the other.
Oh, that's really rough. That was 1 health on the grub there. Really big pickup by Kroko.
What? This is so weird because the smite went the other way onto the other grub. So they ended up smiting different grubs. That first one, it could have been 2 very easily picked up by him from LNG if I read that situation correctly. No big fights happening in the game just yet. We might have now. They're arrow to mid lane.
Hope, the marksman, and he gets the lockdown onto Scout, and you're going to be reckoning that friendship from before on EDG. The Hex Splash fatal, so just putting hurt where it hurts the most into the heart of LNG at this point in Scout. And if he's not having a good game, we have seen LNG falter in a lot of cases now.
So that will be very important, particularly for the Gnar. Gnar's typically a very good turret hitter. Some big solo lanes that which can go powerfully after this point. Kyle, Hex flashing forwards, arrow coming through.
Wait, he can't get out. He does use that really nice cease and desist, but it doesn't matter because Allah just shoves his head into the wall.
All these objectives has just not been that great. They do have themselves double 6 on Hung. He can definitely be a strong front line. Kroko's going to take down one of these. I don't really think you can contest, though.
I mean, I just feel like you have not only the setup for Hope, but also some damage to back it up, too. The Ashe is going to have a lot to say here, but it's really nice to see AL play around their strengths, move some of those strengths around the map. AL. It is the Trinity Force, though, complete for Weiwei, so he'll have some strength in the skirmish that they want to come down here. Yeah,
good individual damage. Scout, buddy, you can't be there. You're on the weak side. You got to be careful. He's just used it. Oh, Scout.
And the arrow. No, not again. Hope just has his number. And Scout getting caught in the side lane. This is how they lost a part of it in game number 1.
It would have been okay. Now, suddenly, LNG are going to have to buy some time, wait for that teleport to come through from the Azir.
Allah stacking up the Meganar on the bot side, trying to get another play too before they go down. There's going to be the TP in here, but the Dragon secured by LNG. Right. So it'll be a Mountain Soul, but they get 2 in a row.
I think he's largely been the second best AD carry to Gala in this series, especially in the laning phase. But if these arrows and these teamfight impacts have been so big, he's got another arrow coming up in a little while. Maybe not in time for this Herald, though, as it started up by LNG.
Have a lot of tools up for LNG. More importantly, that equalizer for Zika, just waiting to lay down the red carpet. Kroko circling with the swirl seeds, was maybe looking for an angle for the lilting lullaby. Shanks is collapsing now. Here comes that lullaby. Sing it sweetly as Scout gets completely collapsed on by Kyle. Hung, he has the unbreakable, but it will be broken and his will shattered as AL swoop in and find the fight.
Oh,
Gala.
I thought that was going to be so much
more.
Oh, no.
Hope overextends. Wei still at cease and assist, but the barrier, it saves the damage. Kyle was looking for a re-engage there too. Both ADCs going neck and neck.
Has just not been it so far, even though he's on the Azir, which he's made a lot of huge game wins on for his teams across the last year or two. He's just not been it in this game. 0-3, picked off by arrows, positioning poorly. It's going to make things a fair amount more difficult for AL. That's another arrow. It's on target again!
He can't miss, dude! It's actually insane. And this was all foreshadowed from game number 1. He literally was the biggest difference maker, it felt like, in that one, with a ton of the arrows, and he is making it happen. Look at that cheeky little smile on his face down there.
That's all right. And LNG, they are a team which loves playing through getting gold in side lanes from their solo laners like this. They have been stopped at every turn by anyone's legend.
Gotta keep watch where Hope's arrow is gonna land if anyone's legend can keep that Hope up. About half health on this dragon. Zika getting the heat up. Allah has the Meganar go at a couple bars to keep an eye on here, but AL are gonna move in because they have Meganar available to them. It's going to be about 3,000 health. Wei circling around the edge, maybe trying to find an entrance in. Dragon's going to be denied by LNG. Kyle is going to flash away, re-engaged by Allah. Here comes Wei, tries to get the flash play. They try to get shakes, but they can't do it just yet. Finally, the bird comes through. Lilting Lullaby a little bit late by Kroko. Does deny Wei from continuing, but Gala gets the step up here with the arcane shift. Dragon denied against LNG, but they do end up sticking a fight.
He gets himself that Q flash and ends up being bit of an even Shrey teleport on the top side. Scout once again being focused down in the side lane.
Will the sun disk be bright enough to save the day? A couple TPs coming in, and that big Zanya's moment there. Hope coming around the edge. Scout! He gets the 3-man shuffle! We've been waiting for him to show up, and he might have just set the trend. As he does end up going down, it does end up in a double kill for the man himself. And that focus on getting Scout in the side lane, take down some of these turrets.
And he's right on that bot lane out of turrets. That's going to be taken down there. This is where I think that play on the top side might have just broken things back into LNG's favor.
LNG, they will end up pulling off that dragon at the end, so it's going to be a little bit of a delayed take there, but Scout's going to keep Prio in mid lane. They're going to move over to that one too.
Yeah, you know, we've criticized a lot of LNG's play today. We've questioned a lot of it because, of course, they lost that first game and they had some not great series recently. But this is still good play from them. They use that one play top lane where Scout gets that shuffle to just bring things back into a point where they can start calling the shots a little bit more and at least have options. They open up that map. They kind of pull AL from the Baron and back to it. They get themselves an opening to get Dragon and mid lane turret. AL, but do they have the tools to fight this play?
1,000 gold and fight gold power for anyone's legend coming into this one. Not much of a lead, but something to work off of. Hope always looking to pick somebody out. You have to think about top lane, how the TPs are going to affect this one. Dragon already started up, but AL, they're kind of willing to let this one be tanked up by LNG. Kyle, he's on the corner. They're going to get the TP in. Allah has not committed just yet as True Shot Barrage comes across. Kroko trying to get the pit. It's going to go the way of Wei. They get the Mountain Soul. Kyle goes wide with the engage. Allah has Joy, but he's not even Meganar now. And there's the big sweep and a shuffle from Scout. The TP to mid lane. LNG are done with this one. They want to put the nail in the coffin here. Wei will be given his own coffin, but it's LNG that find the fight, find the soul, and now they're pushing in mid lane.
LNG, it is methodical, it is slow, but you can't deny its effectiveness. LNG stabilized through Scout shuffle in top side, and honestly, this feels like it's over except for the Cryer now.
Anyone's legend getting antsy in the mid lane.
Scout once again in the side lanes, puts up that Sundisk, starting to push things out. He doesn't have the teleport.
They're searching to make something give in this game, and it's centered around the Baron.
Scout's teleporting in. The Baron might be gone, but will they survive the fight?
It's a make or break moment here. Big True Shot Barrage from Gala. Scout on the other side, waiting for it. Wei goes in here. They got the equalizer into the choke point. The Baron's not even the focus. The Baron goes to Wei anyways. And LNG, they're looking at a clean ace right now. Hope is no longer existent as another quadra kill comes through for Gala, and they've done their business. They did what they needed to do.
In this arena for LNG, they will secure themselves top 2 going into playoffs as seeding, and AL will have to wait another day to break their loss streak.
It might be the last series for LNG, but they showed us what they can be at their highest high in this last game at least. Able to pull it out and Scout.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.